Welcome to Bollywood Deep Dive from IndiaReview.com, your daily Bollywood news. Let's get into it.
Let's. And we are starting today with some absolutely staggering numbers. The kind of numbers that make you check if you read the right amount of zeros.
Right? It's all about the money today. First up, Shah Rukh Khan's upcoming Christmas release, King, directed by Siddharth Anand. The reports are flying that the music rights have been sold for a cool 50 crore rupees. 50, that's 50, for just the music. Now, the CEO of Z Music has said talks are ongoing, so it's not a done deal. But even for that number to be the one on the negotiating table is just wow. It tells you everything you need to know about the scale of this film and the confidence the industry has in a Shah Rukh Khan-Siddharth Anand collaboration. After Pathan, can you blame them? Not at all. And it really sets a benchmark. We hear about these massive deals, but it's a reminder that a film's financial life starts long before a single ticket is sold. The music, the satellite rights, the streaming rights, it's a whole ecosystem. It really is. And speaking of ecosystems and mind-boggling numbers, shall we talk about the other number that's been making headlines?
Oh, you mean the one with even more zeros? Let's do it. Ramayana.
The reported budget for Nitesh Tiwari's Ramayana is apparently in the ballpark of 4,000 crore rupees.
I can't even process that. It's not a film budget, it's a GDP. What are they doing? Building a real kingdom?
They might as well be. One of the articles broke it down, trying to explain where all that money is going, and you can see it. The visual effects, the massive sets, the years of pre-production, and of course, the star cast fees. Ranbir Kapoor, Sai Pallavi, Yash. That alone is a significant chunk of change. And the pressure that comes with a budget like that is immense. There was a report calculating that for Ramayana to become the most profitable mythological film post-COVID, it would need to make a profit of, get this, 12,424 crore rupees. Stop it. Just stop. That's not a real number. That's like a phone number. Are they aiming to beat Avatar globally? What is the goal here? The goal is clearly to make a film so epic that our grandchildren will be paying off the production loans. It's a different stratosphere. And then, amidst all this talk of astronomical budgets and fees, we get a story that is the complete opposite. Yes, which is so fascinating. The report about Salman Khan taking a massive fee cut for his next film, SVC 63. He apparently usually charges upwards of 120 crore for a film, which is standard for a star at his stature. But for this one, he's reportedly charging 70 crore.
Which is still an unbelievable amount of money. Let's be clear, nobody's starting a fundraiser for him.
No, definitely not. But in the context of the industry, that's a nearly 50 crore reduction. And the reason cited is his friendship with one of the people involved, Rafi Kazi.
I love stories like this because they pull back the curtain a little. It shows that it's not always just about the biggest paycheck. Sometimes it's about relationships, about believing in a project enough to take a pay cut to ensure it gets made the right way. It makes the film more viable. Exactly. It's a star leveraging their power not just to command a high fee, but to actually get a film made. It's a producer-minded move, really. You have the 4,000 crore epic on one end, and on the other, a superstar taking a strategic pay cut. It shows there isn't just one way to do business in this industry.
It's the full spectrum, and it's what makes it so interesting. And this leads perfectly into our next story, which is all about the philosophy of casting and the value of a star. Oh, the Dhurandhar story. This one had me raising my eyebrows. So the co-producer, Jyoti Deshpande, confirmed that Ranveer Singh has been cast in the film. And in explaining the choice, she said something very, very specific. The quote that's everywhere is, "We wanted performers, not so-called stars." Another report worded it as hiring so-called stars was too expensive.
Oof, that is a statement. I mean, on one hand, I get it. They're emphasizing that this is a performance-driven role, and Ranveer is an incredible performer. He's a powerhouse.
Absolutely. He's a chameleon, but he's also, a massive star. He's not exactly an indie darling they discovered in a theater workshop.
Not even a little bit. So the phrasing is what's so interesting. So-called stars. It feels like a little bit of a jab, doesn't it? Like it's trying to frame a potential budget consideration as a purely artistic choice.
That's exactly it. It's industry code. It could be read as, we couldn't afford one of the three Khans or another top-tier actor at their asking price, so we went with a brilliant actor who was also a star, and we are framing this as us choosing art over commerce, which is brilliant public relations, you have to admit. And it works. It gets people talking. It positions the film as being serious and about the craft. But it's funny to draw a line between performer and star when Ranveer Singh is so clearly both.
He's the living embodiment of both. And this whole conversation about who gets cast and why, about insiders and outsiders, art and commerce, it never goes away. Which is probably why that old clip of Karan Johar has resurfaced again.
Oh, the guilty of nepotism clip. It's like a migratory bird. It just comes back every season.
It really does. It's the one where he's talking about launching Alia Bhatt and Varun Dhawan and admits to it. It's interesting how certain conversations just cycle back around, depending on what's happening in the zeitgeist. I think it's because the question at the heart of it is always relevant. How do you balance business with opportunity? The Durandar statement and the Karan Johar clip are two sides of the same coin, really. It's all about the mechanics of movie making.
Absolutely. And while we're talking about mechanics, let's get into the results. Let's talk box office, because all the budgets and casting philosophies in the world don't matter if people don't show up.
Let's start with a quiet success story. The Mall 4. On day 22, it is chugging along, just a crore away from crossing the 165 crore mark.
That's amazing. The Dhamal franchise has such a loyal following. It's not flashy, it's not breaking 100 crore in a weekend records, but it's consistent. It's a testament to Ajay Devgan's quiet box office power and the appeal of that comedy series.
It's the definition of a movie that knows its audience and delivers for them. And audiences reward that.
Definitely. On the other end of the spectrum, you have the blockbuster that's making noise for multiple reasons. Telepathy Vijay's Jananayagan.
The numbers are huge. It's nearing 270 crore worldwide. It had a massive jump in sales on its second Saturday. The fans are showing up in droves. But it's also facing some serious real-world challenges, specifically the protests in Karnataka. And this isn't a new issue, is it? The articles point out that the Kalvari water dispute has impacted Tamil film releases in the state for years, decades even. Films starring Rajinikanth and Vikram have faced similar disruptions in the past. It's such a complex situation where a film, which is a piece of art and entertainment, gets caught in the crossfire of a very real, very sensitive political and resource-based issue.
It's a tough line to walk. The reports are clear that there's no official ban on the film in Karnataka, but the protests are making it difficult for theaters to screen it and for audiences to feel safe going. It's a shame that art has to suffer because of these long-standing disputes.
It really is. It shows that cinema doesn't exist in a vacuum. It's part of the cultural and political fabric, for better or for worse. But despite these hurdles, the film is still putting up incredible numbers elsewhere, which speaks to Vijay's immense star power, especially since this is being billed as his final film before he fully enters politics.
A huge final bow. Now, while Jananayagan is navigating regional complexities, we have a global giant just steamrolling the Indian box office.
Hello, Spidey. Spider-Man Brand New Day is having an absolutely phenomenal run.
It's insane. It joined the 100 crore club in India in just 2 days, which puts it in the same league as Avengers Endgame. The reviews are glowing, calling it one of the franchise's strongest outings, full of heart and humor.
And it's not just India. It's breaking records in China, too. It's a global phenomenon. And it's always a bit of a reality check for the domestic industry when a Hollywood film comes in and performs at this level.
It really is. It raises the bar for everyone in terms of visual effects, storytelling, and marketing. But it also shows that if you tell a great story, the audience is there.
And for every Spider-Man, there's a film that struggles to find that audience. The flip side of this weekend's box office is Pai Terra Stare.
Yeah, poor Raghav Juel. It's his first film as a lead, and it's just not connecting. The reviews have been brutal, calling it an unfunny comedy, and it saw no growth on its second day, even as its screen count was dropping. It's tough, especially when you're released in the same weekend as Spider-Man. You're just fighting for oxygen at that point. It's a tough business. So tough. And you see so many films trying to find their footing. You have Main Vapas Anga, which has completed 50 days in theaters, but is being called a losing affair. You've got a Telugu debut, Srinivasa Mangapuram, which had a decent start but is aiming for a modest 5 crore opening weekend. It's a whole range of outcomes, a complete spectrum. And sometimes you just need to keep working, which brings us to Amitabh Bachchan. Of course. Is there a more consistent worker in the industry? He recently opened up on his blog about his demanding work routine. He apologized for being late with a post and said, "Work comes and is difficult to ignore." At his age, with his legacy, the fact that he is still so incredibly disciplined and committed is just inspiring. He doesn't have to be, but he is. It's a masterclass in professionalism. It truly is. And speaking of professionalism and doing good,
A big shout out to Karthik Aryan. Yes, this was a lovely story to see. He's donated 1 crore rupees to the Assam Chief Minister's Relief Fund to help with the devastating floods. It's wonderful. The Chief Minister of Assam publicly thanked him. It's always great to see stars using their platform and their wealth to make a real, tangible difference in a moment of crisis. Absolutely, it's a fantastic gesture. From good news to some slightly worrying news. There was a report that Rashmika Mandana was injured on a film set.
Oh no, what happened?
Apparently, she suffered a tendon detachment in her hip area while filming a dance sequence. That sounds incredibly painful.
Gosh, that's awful. Dancers and actors put their bodies through so much for their craft. We're just sending her all the best and wishing her a very, very speedy recovery.
Definitely. Take all the time you need to heal properly.
On the topic of looking back, there was a fascinating little tidbit from Mahesh Bhatt about his film Zakhm.
The one with Ajay Devgan and Nagarjuna? What about it?
He was recalling the intense censor battle it faced. It was stuck with the censor board for 3 months. He said that at one point, the great Asha Parekh, who was on the board, wanted either Bal Thackeray or LK Advani to clear it.
Wow. Can you imagine that today? A filmmaker being told to go and get a sign-off from major political leaders? It's a stark reminder of how fraught the relationship between cinema and politics can be, and how censorship has always been a battleground.
It really is. It makes you think about what's changed and what stayed the same. The battles might be different today. Maybe it's less about the censor board and more about social media outrage, but the pressure is still there.
The pressure is absolutely still there. And dealing with pressure from the public is something Kangana Ranaut is talking about this week.
Yes, she was hitting back at trolls who were using clips from her movies to mock her, especially in relation to her recent comments. Her response was basically to say, don't use fictional characters I've played to make a political point and mislead people.
It's an interesting celebrity dilemma in the digital age, isn't it? The lines between your on-screen persona, your off-screen persona, and your public statements get so blurred. Everything you've ever done can be turned into a meme or a reaction clip completely out of context. It must be incredibly frustrating. It's like your own body of work is being used as a weapon against you. It's a very modern, very specific kind of struggle. And to end on a slightly lighter and more forward-looking note, a couple of quick hits. Director Ahmed Khan confirmed he and Akshay Kumar are already planning their next project after Welcome to the Jungle. They work well together, so it's no surprise they're cooking something up. Keep the hits coming. And a sweet family story. Vijay's son, Jason Sanji, who is an aspiring director, said that if he ever got to make a Hollywood film, his dream would be to cast his dad opposite Jason Statham. I would watch that. Can you imagine the action sequences? Telepathy Vijay and Jason Statham? That is a crossover event I would absolutely pay to see.
Sign me up immediately. It's such a cool, ambitious dream for a young filmmaker to have, and a lovely tribute to his father's action star legacy.
Absolutely. From 50 crore music deals to dream Hollywood pairings, it has been a packed week. It really has, covering the entire spectrum of what makes this industry so endlessly fascinating. And we'll be back to do it all again next time. Headline se heartbeats tak. You've been listening to Bollywood Deep Dive from IndiaReview.com. Come back tomorrow. Namaste.